Welcome everybody to a brand new rebuild. We're going to Portugal and yes, it's Benfica. Heaps in history. They've got over 37 Premier League titles. That is absolutely amazing. The Champions League or the European Champions Cup as was, two of them in 61 and 62. We want to try and emulate that as well if we can in the next 5 years. They've also won the Portuguese Cup a staggering 26 times, with the Portuguese League Cup, which is, I'm assuming, is very similar to the Carabao Cup in England, 7 times. Super Cup as well, I'm guessing that's Charity Shield, 8 times, and the Portuguese Championship, I think that's the second division. Enjoyed their era in the 1960s. Undoubtedly one of the most successful clubs in Portugal, boasting a proud total of 83 competition wins. Founded in 1904, I didn't know that. And the media prediction is for them to finish third position. So I'm assuming that they're going to be behind Sporting Lisbon and Porto. They will obviously want us to play attacking football, play entertaining, sign high reputational players and develop players using the youth system. So they haven't really finished out of the top 3. I think the last time coming in 2007-2008 season where they finished 4th. But other than that, I mean, there's a 4th and a 6th further on down, but they haven't been out of the top 3 at all, finishing 2nd and 3rd in the last couple of seasons. So we want to try and get them back to the very top once again. I mean, they have not been losing many games, so that's there's a lot of hope for us yet. So we've got the captain Almeida, we've got Otamendi as the vice captain. He's 33 years old though. He's also a key player as well, so that's kind of worrying. And Andre Gomez, a goalkeeper, hot prospect. Maybe we're trying to force him into the team at some point. Speaking of squad, let's have a quick look through the better ones though. So we've got Rafa, left wing attacking. I mean, he looks, rather be on the right hand side by looks, and he's got a very strong right foot. I'm assuming he can play inverted wing here or inside forward. Excellent stuff. I mean, he looks pretty decent though, to be fair, at 28 years old. We've also got Lucas Veracimo, defender. He doesn't look too bad at all, actually. I mean, 25 years old, we can build on that as well. He's got 4 years left on his contract as well, even better. We've got Julian Weigl as well in the middle of the midfield, or DM if need be. Midfield is where I probably would want to have him. 25 years old again. Again, another young player. That's exactly what we want to see. Darwin Nunez, we know that Liverpool have nabbed him. And obviously we want to try and stop that. But looking at them, I mean, he's got very good potential. He's okay. Looking at that, physicals and mentals look really nice. João Mario as well, midfield. I mean, again, another midfielder alongside Weigl as well. I mean, it looks absolutely smashing, doesn't it, really? 28 years old as well. Everton, left-sided midfielder. 25 years old, reasonably quick. He can cross the board, dribble, yeah, looks really nice as well. I mean, they have got a reasonably very, very strong team. So a few players out on loan, like Florentino Luis as well. I'm not sure why he would be. But again, another young player that we could obviously have back from the youth system, I'm guessing. Roman Ramenchuk as well, striker. Looks pretty solid to play alongside or instead of Nunez. I can't see him playing instead of Nunez, but they could play alongside each other. We could have a 4-4-2 formation going on. Pizzi as well, who's out on loan. Alex Grimado. He's only 25 actually, so that's pretty nice as well. And Severovic as well. Gilberto, 28-year-old. Valentino Lazaro, Bernardo, Ramos. I mean, they've got a very, very, very strong side. Like I say, we are predicted to finish in 3rd position. Well, second, 11-5 with the team currently that we have got. Grimado, Gilberto, Nunez, Rafa. I mean, there are players in the Dream 11, so that's a nice start as well. But 11-5 in front of Sporting and behind Porto. Financially, what are they going to be giving us? Well, we're going to have about £4 million. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do anything with that at all, but we'll see. I mean, they're going to double it for next season. We've got 12 million in the bank as well. We just want to make money, and we have got a little bit of wiggle room in the wages. Not an awful lot, but if we just have a look at our assistant squad depth. So the 4-4-2 is probably what they would rather have. There's no Nunez up front. That's bizarre. Where's Nunez? I think a goalkeeping situation is something we need to look at. Otamendi, obviously 34 years old. Lucas De Silva as well. We've got a Vertigo as well. I mean, we've got some aging defenders in there, but even so, they can still play. Gilberto, Grimaldi, Almeida as well, Lazaro, Conclaves as well. I mean, you know what? We have got a very, very strong side. Do we go with the 4-4-2? What is their recommended? So they'd rather do that. It's interesting. But if we go to a 4-2-3-1 wide, how does that work out? Rafa, Everton. I mean, that works probably better for us. So we have got a lot of strikers, wingers, midfielders. Not so much great ones on the left and right. Okay, I'm not quite sure really. I mean, we've got one DM. I do believe, though, I think we might go for that recommended formation, though. We might give that one a go. See how we do the first season. I mean, that's the recommended, I'm guessing, isn't it? So we could try that. But we've got a lot of players there. We need somebody on the left-hand side for sure. I think that's something that we do have to address. Let's go and spend some of this money if we can. We do need a left-sided defender, I think, a wing-back at least anyway. I think that might be the early addition, or maybe another centre-back, we shall see. But we'll go and spend this money and then we'll be straight back. Just the one signing then from our point of view, Cedric Cesiga. He comes into the fray. We needed somebody else in the back. We've got 3 aging centre-backs. We need to start replacing them, and having £4 million in the transfer kitty was not going to be enough. But Cedric comes in for about £3.5 million. He's got very good strength. His jumping reach is quite good as well. And heading, it looks almost off the charts. It's in orange. It's a different colour to yellow. So it looks pretty good in that respect. Mentally, he's okay. Only a 3-star potential. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit more than that when he starts getting game time. But at 6'4", you'd expect him to be able to jump and head, and that's what really we brought him in. And even that tall, he can still run. He is our 4th choice centre-back behind Vertigan, Verasimo and Otamendi as well. But 2 of them players, or even 3 of them, are aging. So we are going to have to replace them at some point. £23.5 million spent by Benfica this window. 3.5 is that ours. £5.5 million spent on Mite. Is that how you pronounce it? In the midfield. Hopefully he's going to get some game time in there. 27 years old as well. 6'2". And from Torino, I'm guessing. Played a fair bit in France, Belgium, France again, Italy. Find his way in Benfica. And he's already got 2 assists for us already. So that's phenomenal. That's a good start for us. Not bad for a very good signing that we didn't sign. We do start the pre-season okay against our own teams and the B team of Porto. And then we struggle. We struggle to find goals. That's for sure. Or even win. There's an awful lot of draws in there. And as you can see, up to this point, we started winning. And we did start changing the tactics a little bit. That's what we were going with originally. It wasn't working. We tried pushing out the wing backs to overlap as well, attackers. Nothing was happening, and we just seemed to be isolated in that centre. There's nothing pushing wide. So we reverted to this formation, which they all seem very, very happy about. And to be perfectly honest, I'm happy about that as well. And as you can see, the scoreline started coming in a little bit. So we're actually in the Champions League group stage now. I didn't realise Celtic was a Champions League qualifier, actually, to be perfectly honest. But a lot of draws in there, as you can see. Pause the screen if you want to have a look at these in more detail. But Sparta Prague, we win on penalties in the end. 2-0 for PTM in the first league game. Oh no, first one was Estoril, 1-1. Yeah, very disappointed. So that, yeah, we didn't change the formation till after that though. So we changed it for PTM. It worked fine. 1-1 against Aruca. I mean, that was disappointing. Nunez with a 17-minute penalty despite an 80th minute equaliser. Then we drew with Celtic 0-0 to go through. We beat Celtic 6-1 in the first leg, so that was kind of nice. Viz, we beat 5-2 with Darwin Nunez scoring all 5 goals. Competition-wise, we are in 5th position. It's not looking good at the minute. We are only 3 points off the leaders, Porto, with Braga, MRT and Sporting just ahead of us. We have drawn in the Champions League then Atletico Madrid, Dortmund and Ludogorets. I would expect us to get at least into the Europa League. That's where I would like to find ourselves. The Portuguese League Cup, we find ourselves against Firenze and Ferreira, and reached the final of this Portuguese Cup. So they are expecting quite a bit of us. The season preview has us in second spot, 7-4 now, just behind Porto then at 7-5. Nunez is their leading goal scorer. I mean, this guy's just already phenomenal. 22 years old. He's for another 4 seasons. We're going to try and tie him down if at all possible. If somebody comes in for £100 million, obviously we'll just have to let him go. 10-goal Nunez. It's just... It's crazy, but everybody getting a lot of game time, which is good to see as well. Have the change club vision, play attacking football. So we are attacking. So if we go back to the tactics screen very quickly, we are attacking. It's not. I normally play positive, but they want attacking football, and I feel like we needed to do attacking. We're with one of the top 3-4 best teams in this league. We should be winning the league, and that's what we are doing. We are going to be attacking width-wise, fairly wide. We're going to try and cut inside, hit early crosses. We've got play-out defence, short passing, some high tempo as well, and running at that defence. In transition, we're going to counter-press and counter. We just want to keep pummeling the opposition. We are knocking the ball up to the flanks from the goalkeeper, who's going to distribute very quickly, I'm hoping. And out of possession, we are going to be playing a very high line. Staff-wise, we have got the best staff in the league. There we have it. It's something we don't normally look at. I'm looking at it now, and we've got the best in the league. So if we go back to this page here, we're going to simulate season 1. We'll come back, and I'm expecting some sort of trophy this season. So how did we fare this first season? And as you can see, we finished champions, but only just though 2 points ahead of Sporting, Braga behind them, and Porto finished in 4th spot in a Europa League spot as well. Nunez, 39 goals this season in the league, 74 goals scored as a total as a team. He scored over half. That is amazing. Grimado and Mario with the most chances created in our team, and Rafa as well, assists. Champions League, we do finish 3rd. We bow into the Europa League, where we get knocked out in the first round by Real Hispalis. We'll take a look at the results in just a second. We do finish runners-up to Porto in the Portuguese Cup, which is very disappointing. I think we were expected to finish, we did get to the final. I'm not sure if we were expected to win it or not. But the Portuguese League Cup, which they weren't too particularly interested in, we lost in the semi-final to Sporting. So again, another one of our rivals. So looking at some of the results, then we lose our first game to Sporting at the end of September, and a 3-0 win. A 3-0 loss there. I mean, that's disappointing. Then we go on one hell of a run. I mean, I'm not sure how many that is, but it's a good fair few months, that is. Any big scores in there? I mean, there's a 4-1 against Aruca, 4-2 there. We did beat Sporting, though, along the way, so that's kind of good. Porto as well, 1-0, straight after the other as well. And towards the end, 2 losses, Famalicão, 2-1, and Braga as well, 1-0. But we do finish strongly with 2 decent wins. Portuguese Cup, we smash... some low teams in here. 8-0, 5-2, 6-0, 5-0. I mean, that's aggregate, is it? Oh, no, it's not the same team. I do beg your pardon. It looked like the same team there. Academica as well, 3-0 and 3-2. And then obviously the Sporting game, which is very disappointing to lose. 92nd minute for Porto. We did take the lead through Nunez as well through a penalty, but it wasn't to be. I mean, it's disappointing to lose, especially getting to the final and really dominating in the league. The League Cup, we did get to the semi-final, losing to Sporting 3-1. Did we take the lead in that? Again, we took the lead in that game as well. Again, disappointing. We do meet these 2 teams once again, 2-0 and 3-3 this time in the group stages, that is. The Champions League, how did we fare? We didn't do too bad. We got through to the qualifiers, then beat Ludogorets and Dortmund in the first 2 games. And then it went all wrong. Atletico, we got beat twice, 6-2 on aggregate in the end. Dortmund, we lose 4-1 at home. The 2 home games against Atletico and Dortmund, they're disappointing. Nunez scoring once again in that game. And Ludogorets, again, another bizarre result, 2-1. So 4 losses there and 2 wins. Not the best. The bowing out against Real Hispalis. Despite taking a 3-0 lead over to Spain, we succumbed to a 5-1 3-1 drubbing. I mean, don't tell me we were ahead in that game. I hope we weren't ahead in that game. No, we weren't. It did go to extra time, though. I mean, everybody almost getting a game, apart from Araujo, Late in goal there. They're the only two that really didn't get any game time at all. So maybe move them along or maybe get them out on loan. But if we look at the goals, Nunez, 59 goals in 54 games. That's amazing. He's going to be worth... I mean, he's only worth £39 million. That's just absolutely ludicrous. Rafa with 15 goals and 12 assists. Everton weighing in with 12 goals. Bernardo, Conchalves as well. We've got a Lazaro, which we're hoping to bring to the club. Randonjic is coming to us on the 1st of July, and we're going to hopefully pick up Lazaro as well. I think it's worked out about £6.7 million to bring him in, and he had a relatively good season. Assist-wise, Grimaldo out on that, is it left or right hand side? I don't really know. Left hand side, I think. 17 assists. Mario with 13, 12 for Rafa, 10 for Lazaro. That's why we want to bring him in. I mean, these guys are pretty good, and they are still relatively young, apart from Mario and Rafa, which we'll probably look to replace at some point. Past positions, and so we took charge on the 17th week, really. We did have a bit of a wobble towards the end. But Porto, where did Porto do? I mean, they were up near the top and then just plateaued in 4th position. And Sporting, wow, they did take the lead until we took over. It was between ourselves and Sporting, so it seems. So right, let's have a look and see what they're going to be giving us next season then. So 6.7, I think we may have already spent that already on Lazaro. We can find any freebies, offload a few players if we can, and then we'll come back after the window. We say goodbye to 2 players. Verissimo is one of them players. Very disappointed he's gone. The centre back, very solid, £31 million. He's gone to Real Madrid. He came knocking, we refused. He got Mardy, we had to let him go. So he's gone to Real Madrid. So I'm just unhappy. I really am. 5.5 million we bought him for. We do make a tidy little profit on him though. The next player to go was Grimaldo, our left back, and as you can see, we're starting to have a few players missing in our squad now. £86,000 is on at Juventus, so I can understand why he wanted to go. But even so, the 26-year-old goes for, I think it's around about £35 million. It is £35 million. There's no add-ons, which I really must negotiate better with these transfers. But fear not, we do bring in Valentino Lazaro. Very good right back. He can play on the wing as well. And he looks really good, actually. We had him on loan last season. We decided to pick him up for 6.75. That's the agreed amount. I'm so happy to have him. Really good season last season. He's started pretty good already this season. Our replacement for Grimaldo then is Estupinan, Ecuadorian, I think he is. It looks pretty solid, very quick, very physical, and mentally looks really nice. Off the ball, looks pretty good actually. He can play anywhere on that left hand side, and we only pay a measly £12 million up to £15 million. Played him better than he did last season in the 2 games. He got an assist. Hopefully he's going to do a little bit more for us as well. Finally, our final signing, Dan Axel Zagadou at the back to replace our centre-back. I'm very happy to have him at the club. I didn't think we would get him. We had a few others that they decided to go elsewhere. Very quick for 6'5". He can, well, I'm disappointed by the heading. Hopefully that's going to get a little bit better, but he can jump. £15 million exactly. 7.25, an assist and a player of the match already. From Dortmund, no less, as well. So, I mean, originally at PSG, but he only played a handful of games with Dortmund. So, £34 million spent overall. £73 million brought in. So, where's the rest of that money? I've got no idea. I really have got no idea. However, I did find out we are in debt. £500 million in debt, apparently. That's what's remaining. Originally, £500 million, just over. But £492 million remaining. And whether we paid a lot of stuff out or not, paid some other loans or debts, I've got no idea. But we didn't see much of that money in the end though, unfortunately. But we are going to put Zagadou and Araujo, and there's been a lot of transfer talk with Araujo, and a lot of big teams are coming in for him. So I'm going to stick him in and see if he can get that potential. If he can get to a 3 to 4 star, then yeah, I'm very happy with that. £13 million, 20 years old. He's got to be worth a shout. So, and he's Portuguese as well, so can't moan at that. He was on loan last season, 34 games, 4 goals, 1 assist. That's not too bad. He's already had a game for us already, so that's even better. But yeah, a lot of talk about him leaving. I'm hoping he's not. So with them two at the back, there's a lot of blanks in there. We've got a big squad, so I don't particularly want to pick this team, so we'll let the assistant do all that stuff as well. And the season so far has gone off okay. The pre-season started off a little bit rocky with Bayern Munich and Hoffenheim no wins, but we do pick up wins against Augsburg and Alves. The Super Cup, we beat Porto. Really, really happy with that. With goals from Rafa, Bernardo and Purvis as well. So if we just watch the goals then from this particular game, Rafa setting us on our way after just 4 minutes. I mean, that is it's just totally blew Porto away. And then Valentino, who started off with the free kick, with Florentino as well, passing it through to Bernardo. I mean, I'm wondering where our strikers are at this point, but I don't really care. 2-0 after 20 minutes, and then in 25 minutes, a penalty from our debutant as well, our left back. So really happy with that. Stats wise, we didn't do too bad. We outplayed them really. 7.27. We played a lot better to their 6.3. They did have Vintner in there and Draxler and Vieira and Martinez. A pretty good, solid side, but we were slightly better. And that was the formation we were rocking originally, and I kind of bottled it. I thought we had more options if we pushed up, and I think we do. We started the league campaign, so we did have that formation where we dropped one back up until I think where we drew with PTM 1-1. We changed it back. Game against Santa Clara to get used to it. And then we smashed Porto 5-1 and beat Belenenses 4-0 after close games against Nacional de Madeira and Braga 2-1 in both of them games. But yeah, very, very close games, it has to be said. And Radonic, who was on loan with us last season, we have got him on a permanent deal this season. He had 25 games last season for us on loan. So that leaves us second in the table. Really happy with that. Almost on maximum points. We have got a game in hand over Sporting. 3 points behind them. We've drawn Juventus, which will probably see Grimaldo, maybe. PSV and Kiev. We're in the third round of the Portuguese Cup. We have drawn Estoril and Penafiel in the League Cup. And there's confirmation of that Super Cup victory. So where does that leave us preview-wise? It does leave us 9-4, just behind Porto. So Porto is still favourites to win the league, despite them finishing in 4th position last season. So with that being said, let's simulate Season 2 and see how we get on. So Season 2 comes to a close, and unfortunately we do not win the league. We finished second, 1 point behind Porto, who finished 4th last season, and 1 point ahead of Sporting. So it's been very, very close. Once again, we only lose a minimum amount of games. 2 games. We've drawn an awful lot. 81 goals, absolutely smashed it. 27 against, pretty good. 54 goal difference, easily the best. But who did we lose to? Belenenses and Braga. And the ironic thing is, we beat Porto twice, 3-1 and 5-1. Sporting, we did beat Sporting as well, but neither of them beat us. So that's got to be hard to take. It has to be. As Belenenses finished, Nunez finishes at top goal scorer for the league as well, and also almost best player in the league. Everton and Mario, chances created, pretty good. And Zagadou, 122 interceptions made, not bad in his first season. Champions League, we get knocked out by PSG in the first knockout round. We get knocked out in the 5th round in the Portuguese Cup by Braga, but we do win the Portuguese League Cup though, to go alongside our Super Cup this season. So not to be undone though, so a couple of silverware coming our way though, so that's got to be good news in one sense. So in the league we started off pretty well. We remained unbeaten right up until the end of January, where we lost to Braga 1-0. We do beat MRT 5-0 in that along that way, and Porto 5-1. No Sporting there yet though. We lose our second game in February, and then after that we've just remained unbeaten, but we've drawn an awful lot of games here. The Portuguese Cup, we get knocked out in the 5th round, like we say. BRG, who will eventually win us, Braga, but we do beat Rio Ave and VTSC without conceding a goal, and that game we conceded in the 6th minute. That's got to hurt. But the League Cup is a different matter. We scraped through Estoril 3-2 in that game. yeah, if it wasn't for that 90th minute from Diogo Conchalves, 90th minute there before they got one back as well, it would have been a different kettle of fish. But a 4-0 against Penafiel and VTSC 2-0. But Sporting in the final, Nunez with a couple of goals. So a couple of goals to look for in this final then. Almost a penalty there though, with Estupiñán knocking the ball across for Nunez, and that is just superb. I mean, it's great awareness to see him in the box, to pass it directly to him though. But Otamendi comes on the right-hand side though, so he obviously got a game with Weigl as well, and straight into the box, and Nunez is there once more. So the Champions League, let's have a look how we did though. So we beat Kiev 3-0 and 4-1. PSV we won 3-2, drawing with Juventus and PSV previously. But we do lose to Juventus 3-1 in one of the games, which ended up being the decisive game in the end to finish top, and we probably wouldn't have been playing PSG if we finished top though. So yeah, disappointed in that respect. We do qualify though, which is good news, but yeah, disappointed we didn't get any further than that. And PSG at home 2-1. 2-1 in both games, so 4-2 on aggregate, not too bad. Did we take the lead? We were 1-1 before a 94th minute winner there for Barnett for PSG. And the second game, another winner from PSG, a late winner again. Goal-wise, 46 goal Nunez from 43. That is absolutely superb with 10 assists. 15 for Yaremchuk as well. And Everton scoring 12 goals as well. Rafa getting a couple as well. Assist-wise, only 3 getting double digits. Mario, Rafa and Nunez. And Lazaro gets, in his first season as a Benfica player, 5 goals and 9 assists, which isn't too bad. Everton gets 7. Florentino Luis with 6. Weigl with 5. Bernardo. I mean, Zagadou got 4 assists. I expect him to get a few goals, but especially being as tall as he is. Otamendi still got 38 games though. So if we just have a look at this table then, I'm just intrigued as to past positions. Where did we go? Right, it was that game against Sporting, wasn't it? So I think Sporting really ruined it for us. Porto were nowhere near the top of the table until we messed up. And that's what they were waiting for. That is so disappointing. Wow, is that all? Hello? I'm hoping they're going to give us a little bit more than that. That's frightening if that's all we got to play with. Right, we'll move along. We'll come back after the transfer window and see if we've actually made any inroads as to new signings or not. Right, and somehow we managed to spend £20 million from that £633 budget. I've got, God knows how, but we start off in reverse in order. A goalkeeper came up on the scouting report. He looks really good. He's better than our current goalkeeper, Vladan Kovacevic, I think it is. He is a Bosnian as well. Very good goalkeeper, 6'4". They always manage to have very tall goalkeepers. Very good jumping reach. Aerially, he's not too bad at all. Aggression and determination. He's got great reflexes. One-on-ones isn't that bad either. But a sweeper keeper all the same is something we wanted to have anyway. We were using our other goalkeeper, Odysseus, I think it is, as a sweeper keeper. And yeah, I think he's just slightly better as well. So, but £875,000, that's all they wanted. Rakow in Poland, that's all they wanted, and I obliged very, very gratefully. Next up, we bring in, well, I thought I was bringing in a cam, but he can play anywhere above the attacking line. Facundo Torres to help Rafa out. Rafa's getting on a little bit. I didn't realise he's into his 30s now, so Facundo is 23 years old. So he'll perfectly fit that bill. He's got quite good potential at the moment, and we bring him in for a measly £8 million. Very good seasons the last couple of seasons. In fact, the last 3 seasons in the MLS for Orlando, he's been very, very good indeed. Scoring quite a few goals, assisted quite a fair bit, and the average ratings around about 7. But for us already, 2 assists, 7.37. He's playing a lot better than previous seasons. Finally, our final signing in Emiliano Martinez. Midfielder, I brought him in ready to play in the midfield. We needed some more backup in there. And really, the only other place we needed to improve was the left-back position, but there wasn't anybody available. But again, another player that came up on the scout. The scouts are doing really well for us at the moment, so I'm quite impressed. But very nicely rounded as well. I'm just excited to see what he's going to do. I think we are playing him straight off the bat, maybe. I'm not quite sure. But £11.5 million. His last few seasons have been pretty good. He's played 4 games for us already, so hopefully he'll improve as time goes on. But I'm really happy with that. The stats look really, really nice, actually. Apart from crossing and aggression, I just want him to be a little bit more than that. But positioning-wise, he's excellent. 13 million has been brought in. 3.3 for Jota. He goes to VTSC. Michelin pick up per Lete, the goalkeeper, for 1.5. Pino, the striker, goes to Konyaspor. I think that's Turkey, I think it is. 3.7. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's Turkey, is it? Yes, Turkey, I was correct. Whew. And Bournemouth pick up Carlos Vinicius for £4.2 million. Other players are going out on loan as well. I'm not sure if anybody who left at the end of last season. Seferovic has gone to Ulsan for £2.7 million. Pre-season has gone pretty good as expected. We started scoring goals under the demolition of Ajax. 7-1 with Mete, Diaz, Ramos, Martinez, Everton, and Yarenchuk as well, all scoring goals. But then we start the campaign and we just start scoring goals. A 3-1, a 3-0, a 5-2 and a 4-1. Teams that you would expect us to beat. We've just seen Arsenal there, so we do pick up Dortmund, Arsenal and Besiktas in the Champions League. I think there's a few players that have gone. I think Besiktas did pick up one of our players. I'm sure they did. I'm not quite sure, or Dortmund did. Somebody did anyway. But we pick up them in the Champions League. We are top of the table, 4 for 4. 15 goals, 11 goal difference. Level on points with Braga, though, surprisingly. Porto are just behind. And where are Sporting? Wow. They've only played 2 games, though. In the Portuguese League Cup, we pick up Vicente and Covilha. Darwin Nunez, 6 goals. Rafa's 5 goals. That's nice to see a couple of our players on there. And Zagadou and Vigo already interceptions made, playing really, really well. So just have a look at the season preview. 7-4. Wow. Okay, we just can't seem to get past Porto, no matter what we do. But we're going to simulate now season 3. We'll come back and hopefully we'll take back the league title that we lost last season. Season 3 has been done and dusted and we reclaim top spot. We've reclaimed the title and we've had an unbeaten season. That's quite phenomenal, actually. 28 wins from 34, 6 draws against Porto, Sporting twice incidentally, and Braga as well. So against the top teams, we haven't lost to them. Sporting, Porto beat them twice. We didn't even touch them with a barge pole. And Braga, we did beat Braga once. Sporting beat them twice, and we beat Porto as well, which is good for us as well. So 90 points from a possible, quick maths, 102. I'm guessing 34 games times 3, 102. I'm guessing that's what it is. That is quite a feat. 90 points, 9 points ahead, considering how close they were in previous seasons. Nunez with 28 goals this season and the best player in the league. João Mario, leading assist maker and most chances created as well, with Rafa closely behind. Zagadou with 117 interceptions made, and Lazaro 3.56 tackles per 90 made. That is quite something. Competition-wise, the Champions League, we do finish 3rd, so we crash into the Europa League, of which we get knocked out in the semi-finals by none other than PSG, who go on to win it. That is so annoying. How is PSG getting knocked out at this point? It's just, what happened in their group? I'm just intrigued now. Did they not get qualified in their group stages? They didn't. They got knocked out by Salzburg and Man City. They won 1 game, but Salzburg and Man City beat them quite convincingly. Couple of draws and the 1 win coming against Hoffenheim. That is disappointing, and who would have thought getting knocked out in the group stages, PSG. That's really annoying. The Portuguese Cup, we do go on and win it, so another trophy, so a double, domestic double, and we were runners up in the Portuguese League Cup with won by Sporting. So this unbeaten season, let's have a look. A couple of big wins that we saw right at the very beginning. We carried it on with 2 4-0s there, a couple of 4s in there as well. They're just wins, aren't they? I mean, look at that nice set of wins there. What's that? 7, 9 wins on the bounce towards the end, including, I thought we saw Braga. Yeah, 1-0 against Braga. 5-2, we did smash MRT 5-2 though. The Portuguese Cup, then we beat Braga in the final 2-0, which is always nice to see. Nunez, rightly so, getting his man of the match for his performance. So 4 goals though. But United fighting back there with a mistake by ourselves, and Sancho finishing with a plum right into the corner in the 28th minute. Disappointed to concede that, but we had to wait until the 53rd or 54th minute to even consider getting ourselves back into the game. So pressing all the way, and Nunez, look at that, first of his 4 goals, 53rd minute. That's not bad, and that's a good start. So that put us back into the game. And then we just went on the rampage. Everton sliding into Nunez again. And again, a wonderful finish. Araujo with a free kick there. He's going to start it off to Florento. Down to Mario. And Mario just with a through ball there. But Ramos, look at that. Was it Ramos or was it Nunez? I'll have another look. It looked like Ramos. No, it was Nunez then. So he did get in there. Ramos was just in the way there. Everton. Oh, we didn't see the second goal actually. I think it was Nunez actually. Ramos must have got in the way somewhere or another. But again, nicely played, lads. Right up until the last minute. So the last 40 minutes of the game, we dominated, and a nice little finish there. But then we get to the semi-final, lose our first game at home. 92nd, we tend to lose a late goal every time against PSG. We did well this time round, a 0-0 away from home, but the damage was done in the 92nd minute there, right on the halfway mark. Disappointing. We could have got ourselves into a final here. So squad, how did they fare? Well, 53 goal Nunez. He's injured now. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks, but 53 goals in 46 appearances. That is really good. And to add to it as well, 11 assists. So 64 goals he's been involved with. That's just superb. Rafa at 31, still piling it in. 23 goals. How can we let this guy go? We can't. We can't let him go. He's just absolutely superb. But at £32 million, 31 years old. Where's our other Facundo? There he is. He didn't do too bad actually. 9 goals, 10 assists. I'm not sure where he actually played though. But Ramos with 17 goals, 3 assists. He only came on as sub 26 times and scored 17 goals. That is really good. And Everton playing an absolute blinder this season. 16 goals, 19 assists. Assists then is Mario with 19. With Everton as well, we've got Rafa, Nunez and Torres all in double figures. That's really good. That's no surprise we scored so many goals. So financially, what they're going to give us this packet. Right, okay, this is a lot better. £30 million is what we're being given. If we can offload a couple of players at the same time as well, we'll have a bit more cash to spend, and we'll try and spend that wisely. We'll see you guys straight after the window. Right then, one of our first signings, David Carmo, comes in at the back, another centre-back. Araujo isn't too bad. I'm quite happy with the way he's playing at the moment anyway, but we just needed some more backup. We just haven't got that big depth at the back, so I was quite happy to bring him along. He's Portuguese as well, which is an added bonus to keeping in with the homegrown players. But £19 million it's cost. It's not an awful lot, but it's still a fair bit, and I think he was our most expensive. And this time we managed to nab a player from one of our rivals, and Braga being one of them. We're bringing a left back as well. We tried to get Brandon Williams. He was available on a free, and he's only 23 years old. We have got no depth at left back at all, and I thought Brandon Williams would come, but he decided to go elsewhere, which is very disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But we brought in a backup anyway. So whether or not he'll challenge Estupinan at left back, I don't know. Whether or not he'll get a game is another matter. He's 26 years old. £10 million, that's all it's cost us. So we were throwing the cash around, to say the least. But he hasn't had a game for us as of yet. But clearly he's just backup. But not too bad few seasons. Nothing to really shout about. But like I say, the first choice, Brandon Williams, went elsewhere and there's nobody else available. We pick up Aaron Molinas, to play a cam role. We have got Rafa and we have got Mario as well, but they are starting to get a little bit older, and I needed to bring in some younger blood in. 24-year-old Argentinian, and I think he is just worth every penny. We spent 10 million again, not an awful lot, I'm not going to lie. I mean, these players were very, very cheap. Whether or not it's because of the country that we're in, I don't know. If we were English, I would have thought they'd charge a premium, but it doesn't seem to be that way here in Portugal, which I'm quite surprised at. I mean, he's been on fire for the past few seasons, already got an assist in 4 games for us, so hopefully he'll improve. And our final signing, I panicked. We needed just another striker. I think I let one of them go out on loan, so I didn't really intend to do that. But not bad potential though. 21-year-old João Resende, again Portuguese, so he's going to be with us for a while. And I think he wanted to come to us on the basis that if Nunez left, he will get that spot. So, okay, I'll let you do that. However, there was a lot of interest in Nunez. Barcelona came knocking on the door. We've managed to beat them off, but Resende comes in at £4.4 million. Okay, so for the Benfica B team, he went to Milan. Then we brought him back. I didn't realise that actually, but he scored 62 goals, so maybe he might get some game time. So I'm quite happy to bring him back though, to be fair. So £43 million spent. We do say goodbye to a few players. I don't think they're on this page actually. We got rid of them towards the end of last season. But Ferro goes to VTSC for £600,000. A couple of other players going out on a free. I think Enrique Araujo's gone out on loan. I think, was he the forward that I said let go? Yeah, he was the forward. So we had to bring somebody else in as backup. So a few players going out on loan. Some actually got rid of. But towards the end of last season, if we have a quick look, I didn't realise Julian Vega went to Man United for £25 million. That was in January. And we still managed to... I did wonder why we were short in midfield. Zisega has gone to St Gallen for £4.2 million. Randonjic has gone to Opoel for 9. Our other goalkeeper, Odysseus, has gone for £12 million. We don't need 2 really good goalkeepers. I'm quite happy with the one we've got. And we've got a fairly young backup as well, who's just signed a new contract as well. And Diogo Gonçalves has gone to Necaxa for 4.1. So it's £68 million out. Financially, we have got a lot of money in the bank, and we've got 3.7 million in the kitty. So we don't really need to spend it if we don't really need to. With that said, the results have gone our way. I mean, that is just phenomenal. We're carrying on from where we left off last season with a few additions as well. 6-0 against PSV, 2-1 against Ajax are the ones that are really standing out, really. And we do start the campaign with a win in the Super Cup against Braga. We'll watch the goal as well. A nice little play outside the box. Martinez, Molinas as well getting involved, even Yarenchuk as well, and it's a very, very good finish from Torres. We continue that form against Sporting, 5-0 and Nunez with a hat-trick, Everton and Martinez. Belenenses with 3-0, Nunez again, Luis and Facundo Torres. Familiachal, I can't pronounce his name, so I do apologise. Nunez again with another hat-trick, so he has been scoring goals. And TND 4-1. Nunez, a brace this time, so wonderful stuff happening. Competition wise, we are behind Braga actually, ironically enough, after we beat them in the Super Cup. 4 for 4 so far. They're 5 for 5, so they're going great guns. We do pick up Leipzig, Lyon and Basel. I'm expecting us to get out of that group. Portuguese Cup, enter the 3rd round. There's confirmation of the Super Cup, and we've got BVT and PTM in the Portuguese League Cup. So where does that leave us in the previews? Surely we must be... Yes! We have managed to get to first favourites, 6-4. We've overtaken Porto, Sporting, Braga. I mean, they're the top 4 you would expect in there, but Braga 16-1. So let's crack on with season 4, and we'll come straight back when the results are all in. we win our second title in 2 seasons. That's 3 in 4 seasons for us now. Absolutely superb. Nunez with 34 goals, leading goal scorer once again, and obviously the league's best player. Mario, Everton, Rafa, chances created, all of them together. Rafa and Everton the most assists for the season as well. And Zagadou getting quite a lot of interceptions as well. But look at that though, 31 wins from 34. We've won the league by quite a big margin. 2 losses this time and 2 draws this time, 1 loss against Sporting 4-2. We do draw Braga and BVT as well, but 105 goals, that is absolutely superb. Who do we score the most against? PTM and TND. And Sporting we get 7 against as well. Marvellous stuff. But that is really, really good. Champions League, we get knocked out by Liverpool in the first knockout round, which was eventually won by Real Madrid. But we do win the Portuguese Cup alongside our Super Cup. So domestic treble, could you say that? Almost a quadruple, coming second again to Sporting in the Portuguese League Cup. So League, let's have a look. So we start off with a 5-0 drubbing of Sporting right at the very beginning. We go on, in fact, we go on a rampage really all the way to the end of December where we lose to Sporting 4-2, our one and only game. But amongst all that, we do smash a lot of teams and don't concede many goals as well. I think we only conceded 24 for the season. After that loss, we just go and win and win and win. 7-0 drubbing of TND there. 5-2 there. We got 5-1. I mean, what about Porto? 3-0 against Porto. As well. Another 7-0 against PTM. Wow, a lot of goals been flying around though. It has to be said. BRG. Right at the end. So 2 draws right at the very end. That really ruined it for us, really. So out of 102, we get 95 points. So the Portuguese Cup that we did win, Sporting 3-0. Let's go and have a look at them goals, shall we? It's always good to see goals being scored when you win. We've got Bernardo, Zagadou and Ramos. I don't think Nunez played in that game, surprisingly enough. Obviously thought that we had a lot more potential in the rest of the team, but Bernardo putting away the penalty, absolutely superb. We have a throw at this side, Rafa back to Valentino. Bernardo getting involved in an awful lot. There's a lot of talk of Bernardo having a few offers as well. It's a lovely goal by Zagadou though, that's absolutely amazing as well, right outside the box as well. And Zagadou, I'm playing on that left hand side, so is he playing left back now? Ramos into the centre. It's a lovely finish. Sporting all over the place. Just beg the question how we lost 4-2, our only league defeat. But along the way, it would be Agueda, Firenze, TND 2-1. Viz 2-0. 4-0 there. 6-2 on aggregate against Famalicão, I think. That's how you pronounce it. I just don't know. I didn't really want to say it because I can't pronounce it. The League Cup final, the Sporting do get revenge after we beat PTM, BVT and Lexos as well. So the Champions League, how did we fare in the group stages? Well, apart from that one defeat by Leipzig, we do beat them 2-0 earlier on. But Basel, Lyon were drawing a loss there. Basel we beat twice, in fact. It should sit as top of the table, I think it did. I mean, that's nice to see. I did expect us to go through either way, but yeah, that's really, really good. But to beat Liverpool in the next round, 3-3 away, and then 2-0 at home. Mane and Rafael Leao as well. 94th minute goal there for him. Did we come back from behind? Nunez getting a brace there. We were 3-1 down in that game. Nunez getting 2 late goals to equalise, which is nice to give us an opportunity, but we just couldn't capitalise at home. So looking at our squad then, appearance, did everybody play a game apart from Gil Diaz, Miete as well? We may have to look to move them on, although they are quite happy staying where they are. Nunez, 55 goals, 9 assists. He just gets better and better. I'm wondering whether we're going to struggle to keep him this season. If we do, that will be superb. 136 goals now and 141 appearances in the league. That is absolutely superb. A very, very good haul this time. 34 in 24. And his ratings just seem to have got better and better each season. 156 in 186 games in all. 15 goals apiece for Ramos and Everton. Luis and Torres getting double figures as well. But Rafa, 8 goals at 32 years old. 8 goals, 18 assists. That's just insane. Bernardo, 5 and 4. Mario as well, 5 and 6. Maybe it might be time to move him along. I don't want to. Everton with 14, 13 for Molinas as well, which is a very, very good start to his career here. Sergio Akimi, how did he do? He did play 22 games with 6 assists, so he did get some game time. So that's quite impressive. And at the back, how did our defenders do? Zagadou Arujo played 38 games with 3 goals. Morato played a couple of games as well. Lazaro. Carmo, he was the other defender, wasn't he? He got 19 games, £14 million. Is that all? And I'm hoping that's going to go up a little bit more. I don't think we really need to improve that much. We are going to have to look for replacements for Mario and Rafa at some point, but I don't think that's going to be just yet. We might get another attacking midfielder in there, possibly, just in case, or another midfielder. But I think other than that, or a left, well, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm thinking left back, but I think we've already got a couple in there. But 35 million in the bank. I think we've done pretty well. But 14 million, I was hoping for a little bit more than that. But we'll see if we can go and win the next league again. Let's go and try and win a 4th title. And this time hopefully do a little bit better in Europe. So let's go and spend some of this money. And let's try and improve our squad some more. So then a measly £20 million spent in this window, and the first signing is Dion Beljo. He's a striker. We have got no backup strikers. I didn't realise we have got some strikers that play out on the wings. I want to keep them out on the wings. But Dion is an out-and-out striker. So cover for Nunez, who against all odds has decided to stay with the club for a bit longer. He's still got a couple of years left on his contract to run out. And amazingly, he rejected contracts from Bayern Munich, Barcelona, I think even Real Madrid and Man City came in for him. He rejected all of them. So thanks, Nunez. But we do need another striker. But Dion is one of them players. I think he's pretty young. He's going to be our backup to Nunez. £5 million. Scored 5 goals last season in Italy, Serie C. For Juventus. He has played 1 game and scored 2 goals actually in that. So I'm surprised really they didn't play him that often after that sort of goal scoring form. But he's going to be as backup to us. But I'm quite happy. I mean, he's pretty physical as well, and he's got great finishing. So one for the future, I think, this one. The next up is a winger of sorts across the forward line. Said before, we have got aging players up there like Rafa, Mario. They are going to be leaving or finishing their career soon. And 23-year-old Velasco is going to come in and just do that. I mean, hopefully he's going to get a few games. In fact, he has played a few games already and scored a goal. Very, very quick. Great dribbling as well. It's £5 million once again. We've gone very cheap with our players, really. There wasn't really anybody that we could really afford with £14 million. Originally, it wasn't. There was nobody out there within the price range. Everybody else literally priced us out there. But he had a very good season last season in the MLS. 14 goals from 20 games. And keeping up at the top, we decided to invest in Wesley as well. 26 years old, Brazilian. Older side of the 20s. But to be fair, 4-year contract. He'll be, 30? So if we can get a good couple of years out of him, like we did with Rafa, Mario even, I'll be well happy with that. £11 million, not bad. They were quite happy with that. He's played a couple of games for us as well. He's had very, very good seasons with SEP in Brazil, so hopefully he'll bring that on board to Portugal. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. I mean, between him, Velasco as well, there'll be great additions plus replacements for our aging players up top. So like I say, £21 million spent in terms. There's a couple of freebies going to the youth setup. And if we start from the top there, Yarenchuk went for £10 million. Faria has gone for £5.5 million. Mete has gone for 2.3. Diaz has gone for 2.3. Ferreira has gone for just over £250,000. And some other players going out on loan. Leading on to the friendlies and pre-season and the start of the season, we've done pretty well. Just the draw against Juventus. Sporting will win in the Super Cup after a 3-3 draw. There was an own goal and Everton scored both goals actually. In fact, we were 3-1 down in this game and we managed to fight back to 3-3. So I'm quite happy with that. Just Gabio missing the vital penalty for Sporting. We start the league campaign. We start against Liexos, Famalicão, Viz, Braga and Aruca, all wins quite emphatically as well. Does see us top of the table, 5 for 5, just ahead on goal difference by 1 from Porto. Braga just behind. We do pick up Arsenal, Rangers and Fenerbahce in the Champions League. I'm sure we played Arsenal before. Portuguese Cup enter the third round. We pick up BVT and Estoril in the Portuguese League Cup, and there's confirmation of the Super Cup being won as well. That's our third in this save. So the question is, does that still keep us top as favourites, evens, just ahead of Porto, Sporting, Braga? For the final time then, folks, Season 5 is about to be simulated. Let's go ahead and do that, and hopefully we'll pick up another league title, possibly another cup, and hopefully do better in Europe. Right then, for the final time, we don't win the league. We miss out on goal difference. We level on points. But, well, to be fair, I say goal difference. We win that battle. However, with the rules, I didn't know this at the time. I had to look it up. To win the league, it's results between the teams. We beat Porto 1-0. So that means Porto must have beaten us by a bigger margin. 2-0. Wow. Okay. That's why. We lost by the 1 goal in the end then. That is really, really annoying. Everything's virtually... We scored 97 goals. 24 goals more than Porto. But we conceded an awful lot though. 28 goals. More than the top 4. That's ridiculous. It really is. But again, the top 4 teams in Portugal battle it out for the top 4 places. But we do finish a credible second anyway, just missing out because of the head-to-head. Nunez, leading goal scorer in the league with 35 once again. And Araujo gets 129 interceptions made. Lazaro, 2.87 tackles per 90 minutes. And Velasco with 13 assists. With Nunez getting the best player in the league, obviously, again. So how did we fare in the competitions? Well, the Champions League didn't go too well, did it? We finished third. We do go into the Europa League, which we lost in the quarterfinals to Milan. Or Inter Milan, should I say. With Man U actually winning it in the end. We do win, however, the Portuguese League Cup. So we at least get some silverware to go alongside our Super Cup. But we do not win the Portuguese Cup. That was won by Belenenses. They beat us in the semi-final. So that's rather annoying. We were unbeaten right up until mid-January where we lost that game to Porto. Put away a lot of goals there. A 6-1 win over PTM there. A 6-1 win over Famalicão as well. And a 5-0 against Aruca as well. I mean, some big scores. I mean, there's a few 0-0s in here, which, to be perfectly honest, BVT, we lose to TND there. And smashed by Sporting as well. But Rio Ave as well, a 0-0. 0-0 at home to Ferreira as well. Games that we should have won. So I do feel this league we lost. The Portuguese Cup though, we do... Despite having that 1-0 win over Belenenses, we lost 3-0 away from home. That's crazy. 3 goals. That's rather annoying. After beating Canales, Lexos, Espino and Viz quite convincingly, apart from the extra time one in the 4th round. But yeah, again, disappointed. Again, a team that we should have won. And the League Cup, we just conceded 2 goals against Estoril, but BVT we win 1-0. Estoril 4-2. Famalicão as well, we win 2-0. And in the final against Porto, which of course we will see the goals. But Nunez with a brace and Rafa in the 89th minute sealing the deal. We'll have a look at these goals though, but we're playing a lot of football outside the box, which is nice. And a great effort from Nunez outside the area, about 20, 21, 22 yards out. It's a fantastic finish though. As we start the second half in the 60th minute, and Nunez gets past his man and does just one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he just dinks him. It's a lovely finish. And then Rafa is going to be finishing it off for us as we see this goal here. Rafa on the edge of the box. He does get himself into the middle. Velasco with a lovely pass to Mario. and Mario, the two senior players there, combining together to have a nice 3-0 finish. So the Champions League, 1 win against Fenerbahce, and that is all that we had to do really to claim 3rd spot. But we drew Arsenal and drew Rangers at home, but we lost away. We lost away to Fenerbahce 2-1, Rangers 4-3, and Arsenal 2-1. So there have been close games. We just don't seem to get any further in the Champions League really. We do play against Lille in the first knockout round in the Europa League. We win that 7-5 on aggregate, despite losing 5-4 in the second leg though. Wow, that's crazy. A lot of goals coming in the last 10 minutes there. Real San Sebastian, we beat 4-1 on aggregate. Inter, despite losing 3-0 away from home, we tried to claw it back, but it looked like Satriano for Inter in the 77th minute, giving them a 4-2 lead in the end. So a little bit too far to climb. If it was still at 2-0 at that point, we may have nicked a goal to go into extra time. Who knows? So looking at the squad, everybody got some game time, which is good to see as well. And 48-goal Nunez for the season. He's absolutely out of this world. Everton weighed in with 25 as well. I think he's the only person to have reached 20-plus goals this rebuild, and can't quite remember. Velasco in his first season, 15 goals and 16 assists, which was quite remarkable. Ramos with 10, despite only starting 9 games. And Rafa, 10 as well. He got a fair bit of game time as well. Molinas as well, 7 and 16. Arujo scoring 5 goals as well. Bernardo and Torres, 5 and 4. Zagadou coming in with 4 goals as well. It's good to see a lot of our players getting a lot of game time and doing well. Lazaro, 10 assists there. So 16 apiece in assists for Velasco and Molinas. That's pretty good down that left-hand side. Or Molinas was in the centre, I think. He may have been out on the wing for all I know. Everton, 14. Rafa, 12 as well. And 10 for Lazaro. It's always nice to see our wing-backs getting in on the action as well. That's where we're going to end it, folks. Thank you very much for watching. If you've watched it this far, I really do appreciate your support. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Smash that like button as well. It'll help with the algorithms. And if you decide to take the challenge on for Benfica, can you come away with more than 10 trophies, 3 league titles, 3 Super Cups, 2 Portuguese League Cups and 2 Portuguese Cups? Can you come away with 10 trophies or more? Let me know in the comments how you do. Let me know down in the comments also what rebuild you would like to see me do next. And until the next time, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.